Hello everybody, Kane here today with another episode of our aquarium building series. And today we're getting started on the first two tanks in our river section, being the bass and the salmon. As I'm going to quickly mention, because this time lapse isn't very long, this series is being split into kind of a weird format, where we're going to be doing all of our aquarium building, so all of the setting up of the hallways and the building itself in time-lapse mode like this. But then most of the tanks should hopefully at least be built in first person like you're gonna see today. So that's why the video is a bit longer than it usually is for these zoo type series we do. But I hope you guys really enjoy it. I had a lot of fun today doing this. This is recorded like after I finished building everything. But yeah, it looks really cool. I'm really happy with all this. But yeah, I'm trying to think, what should I even talk about here? Yeah, we're basically just setting up hallways. I do switch out the, I do bring the patterning block idea into this hallway. I did switch it out for more of a scaly green color one for this hallway, because I felt like it'd be kind of cool to switch out the color for the different biomes you go through or the different sections of the aquarium you go through. So this river section has more of a that green color, and then maybe the Amazon will have a more vibrant green, and then the tropical reefs will have a really bright blue, and then a deep blue for the open ocean and all that kind of stuff. So let me know what you guys think of that idea. I think it's really cool. But yeah, we're almost done building the hallway, so I'm gonna let the rest of the time play out, and I'll join back up with you guys to build the actual exhibit. All right, and with that, we are now ready to start building the two little projects we're going to be doing today. So, actually, a quick thing I'm going to mention is I think we're going to remove some of these hallways. Mostly because I kind of forgot another thing about aquariums between when I was building the main center that I've remembered after the episode ended, and that is typically an aquarium only has, or usually only has, one pathway. So you go through the entrance, through the ticket booth and whatnot, and then you go into the main hall, and then you go down a hallway. And that hallway carries you through all the areas before you come back to the main hall / exit. And I kind of forgot that was a thing, so I think that's what we're gonna kind of do. So basically what I'm saying is we're probably gonna remove that one, and we might keep these two, because this one might end up leading to a gift shop instead of a tank, and this one will end up being the connection point to the whole loop. Anyway though, like I said in the time lapse, today we're gonna be building up the first of the first couple of tanks we're gonna be doing, and these are our freshwater river exhibits. Now, the Amazon ones will be coming after this. I think the current order I've got it going in is we're doing the rivers first, and this will be covering just salmon and bass today, river otters, platypi, all sorts of cool stuff. And then from here, we're going to be moving on to probably not platypus, because I guess that's going to be going for the tropical waters. But then we'll be doing the Amazon and tropical freshwater stuff. And from there, we'll be going on to then the reef, the open ocean, and to one of the ones I'm most excited for, the abyssal sea creatures. So we're talking vampire squids, anglerfish, all sorts of cool stuff. Really excited to do that. I've got some cool ideas for those tanks. Anyway, though, let's get on to building the actual tanks today. So we're gonna. It's kind of funny. I haven't I think I mentioned this. What video was that? Was that in Dinos? That may have been in Dinos, or it was another build. But yeah, I don't really. It's been a while since I've actually. Let me quickly. What is that? / Whoops. Oh, I guess I could just do set air, can't I? Yep, there we go. All right. These tanks don't need to be super big. I've got all the blocks I think I want. Oh, I guess I don't have any decorative blocks, so we'll have to get those. But we've got a couple of salmon types here, and then we have the bass, which should be pretty good. But yeah, it's kind of funny. The thing with the videos is for so long now has just been either the wildlife park style where it's just time lapse, or dinos where it's edited down. So it is kind of fun to do a bit of a time lapse. And I know I mentioned this already in the time lapse itself, but yeah, I like this idea of doing the time lapses of us just adding in the aquarium bits. I know today's was pretty short, but there also wasn't too much to add in. But yeah, we'll start building the aquarium itself, mostly in time lapses, but then doing stuff like this, where we actually build the enclosures in first person, and also without shaders, just due to the fact that they make it really hard to build with. It's just because it makes it more difficult to see everything. And I'm kind of debating what shaders we're going to be using, or even if we'll continue to use shaders for these builds, purely just because, I don't know, sometimes, like the ones we used last episode did have some issues, and I've had some issues with some shaders in the past, so we'll kind of see what happens. We might keep them, we might not, it just depends. Now, one thing I need to quickly figure out here is how we're going to do the inside of this tank. Because I hadn't quite figured out the inside of either one of these, and I'm trying to figure out what it is I want. So yeah, probably is going to be mostly, let's see, where's gravel? We need some gravel. I guess I didn't get all the blocks I needed, so some cobblestone and some gravel real quick, and yeah, let's just kind of lay out a bit of a riverbed. I guess we also need to build, I guess we could do just stone, right? Well, actually, let's get a dark, what? I guess gray concrete would actually work quite well here, although we've been using a ton of that, so I kind of want a different looking block, but we can't go with black concrete because that's way too dark. Cyan terracotta might be a good call, actually. So let's go to like here and maybe about 5 blocks back on either side. And oh, there's 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then one more. Yeah, there we go. All right. And that will kind of set up the back walls of the tank real quick. And yep, just like that. Okay. So just kind of the area that's good. I mean, I'm probably going to cover some of this up with the stone wall I'm probably going to put in, but yeah, it's just a good little block to throw in there, so that way there is something back here, so it doesn't just look like, it's a bit odd, I guess. So yeah, let's start throwing in some stone to kind of close off the back of the enclosure a bit. Enclosure, aquarium, same difference, I guess. It is kind of funny. I know, again, I know I mentioned this in the last video, but yeah, it's kind of weird for me to be doing this. I don't usually do aquariums. In fact, the last one I know I built was like 4 years ago, something like that, like ages and ages ago. So I'm so much more used to like terrariums, I guess is actually how you're supposed to pronounce it, isn't it? Stop pronouncing things weird, Caden. There's a way they're meant to be said, isn't there? Or it's all up to personal preference, in which case I will say anything the way I want to say it, which could be somewhat chaotic, but also incredibly fun. But yeah, anyway. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm just so used to building like exhibits and terrariums and all sorts of stuff like that, yeah, aquariums themselves, it kind of feels like a foreign concept in a way. It's just completely different to what I'm used to. Which is, yeah, it's actually a lot of fun, because that means, I'm trying out different things, building something different to what I would usually make, which is always a bit of fun. And yeah, oh, also, thank you guys for all the support on the last episode. I'm glad you guys really enjoyed it. That was a lot of fun to build, even though it was frustrating and we lost out on, like, so much footage and the shaders didn't work properly. Thank you still for all the support. I'm glad you guys have really enjoyed it, and yeah, I'm very excited to keep the series going. Yeah, I have been looking forward to this for so long now. Yeah, I don't know, it's just something about this. I guess it's just, like I said, it's a different project than we usually do, so it's fun and it's exciting and different. Yeah, let's hop in here real quick. I'll just remove some of this dirt real fast. And again, this is why we're not doing it in time lapses, because this is not going to take a super long time, because obviously, I guess I could just use a fill command, couldn't I, to get all the water in here, but I don't want to, because I don't usually use that command, so I don't necessarily know how to make it work properly yet, so I don't want to bother with it for the time being. Let me quickly make sure ambient environment. Oh, I don't have my my sound mod that I have on Dinos on here. I should probably get that mod on, actually, because that's got a lot of really good just water ambience noises and biome ambience noises that I'm sure would make this like build sound really, really cool. And this is the salmon one, isn't it? I mean, in real life, of course, this is a massive, massive tank, because since each block is about a meter, right? So this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 8, 12 meters. So that's, how wide is that? I'm trying to think. Obviously, I don't always use the metric system, so my knowledge of metric measurements isn't the greatest. Maybe I should, you know what? Let's actually check this real quick before I do it. Yeah, I want to lower the glass down by 1. We'll just put this here to kind of give a bit of a border. There we go. All right. So 12 times, I guess 3.3, right? So that would be like, man, I cannot do math today. Oh yeah, like about like 38 feet or something like that, or like 40 feet, I guess. Technically, wouldn't it? At any rate, that's probably wrong, isn't it? I don't know. At any rate, this is a massive tank in real life, so I can throw in a good amount of fish. I do actually have a lot of more fish. You may not have seen them in the last episode with the cichlids, but I do have tons of fish. The problem is, one of the mods I have, I don't remember what it's called. I think it's abyssal, not abyssal depths, it's like Oceancraft or something. About, I would say most of the fish, they kind of don't work. So yeah, we'll see how many of them we end up using. And so, what was it? People suggested I should use both Plant Mega Pack and something called Real World Craft or something like that. I found out they're actually just the same mod, just with, I think one's a slightly more updated version with a few more decorative blocks. But thank you guys for both those suggestions. I am actually really enjoying them right now. Like they just have so many options for plants for me to use and for tons of different biomes. And it actually tells me like, oh, is this freshwater? Is it saltwater? Is it a fully submerged plant? Or is this just like a plant we would chuck on the surface? That kind of stuff, which is incredibly helpful for me trying to do builds like this. Also realizing now I shouldn't put duckweed on this because typically don't salmon live in fast moving waters because they live in rivers and stuff. So yeah, no, there shouldn't be like floating plants up there. I will say though, you know, of course my problem with like freshwater stuff is that typically the tanks for them aren't quite as interesting because you don't have all the bright colors of like coral and stuff that you get with a tropical tank, or you know, all the very fluorescent bright tropical plants. So I don't know, like that's a bit disappointing / boring with freshwater tanks, but you know, we can do some cool stuff with them obviously as well, and I have some cool ideas. Plus, this is the tank area where we get to throw in a bunch of cool extra animals, like some mammals. Like I said, we'll be adding otters in to this area. I think there were a couple suggestions for like capybaras for the Amazon section, and I am heavily considering doing that. That could be fun, because I don't think we put those in the last Wildlife Park series. So throwing in some extra animals could be cool. And how's that looking? That's all right. Maybe I should remove the one that's right on the glass, because I don't think that looks very good. We could do like that, I guess. Yeah, just throwing in some small logs to kind of give it a bit more interest. Okay, and I think that actually, not the bass, we want the 2 salmon types we have. We have some smaller salmon. I think these are the Mo Creature salmon. And then we'll get the sockeye salmon from ZAWA. Oh, and they're pushing each other into blocks. That is wonderful. You guys are incredibly intelligent fish, aren't you? So smart, so very smart. All right, and then we kind of want to bring this out here, just so that way we can build a full shell around it. Right? Yep, okay. And there we go. Now we've got a full shell, and we'll bring it up a block, and then I guess we need to like come along here and technically set up the top of the tank. We also need to get my sea lanterns back. There we go, and we'll chuck a few in here just to give a bit of extra lighting in here to really make the exhibit a bit brighter, because obviously, you know, if we look in from here. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. Okay, that should work. It's like all the salmon are already dead. Hopefully not. I'm trying to think here. So how would this go? How would this go in an actual aquarium, right? I gotta think in different ways than I'm used to. how would an actual aquarium be? I mean, I'm sure it probably wouldn't have a dirt layer up here, but they would have like an area up here where obviously the zookeepers can, or the aquarium guys can get into the tank. This probably does go up a bit higher, so that way we can put some hanging lights above it, which I don't really know what I'm gonna do. So I think we're gonna count that as finished, and we'll go quickly do the bass exhibit, just cause we kinda gotta hurry this up. I don't want this video to be ages long, although if you guys want longer episodes, let me know. I think I am, for the most part, gonna just try and stick to 1, maybe 2 tanks per episode, just so that way, you know, we're not doing tons of stuff each video. Well, not that we're not doing tons of stuff, but that I don't make, you know, these videos super long to the point where no one wants to watch them anymore, because I generally try to avoid that. But yeah, okay. And this one should be a much quicker build. I think I'm gonna try using the gray concrete for this one, and we're just gonna, you know what? Let's do like this. Well, no, we can't do that there because that's gonna bring in the wall texture. So let's do like this. And that's actually not bad. Okay. Because the bass exhibit's gonna be smaller regardless. So there we go, we've got that. And now we can throw in the ground texture. And we'll put a big rock like in this area here. So yeah, we can do like something interesting. Oh yeah, we could put we could make it a slightly hollowed out rock, and then there can be, that way the fish can like swim through it, and that should look kind of cool. I know I feel like that's definitely much more of like a coral reef exhibit type thing, but you know what? We'll do it here too because it's a cool idea. So, you know what? And it's Minecraft and it's my aquarium, so I can do what I want. There we go. Yeah, that should be cool looking, hopefully at least. And then we'll throw in some cobble, just to give it a bit of different ground texture, and of course, dirt. No pun intended. There we go, real quick, real easy. And where's the water? Give me the water, so that way I can actually keep the fish. I will throw in the roofs later, I guess. I know some people probably get bothered by the fact I don't always finish everything 100% in the videos. But I also feel like adding in the roofs and stuff is probably more stuff I would do on a time lapse, because that is pretty much just the building of the aquarium itself and not the tanks. So you guys don't really need to see like hyper detailed what it is I'm doing there. So let's grab most of the same plants we just used. I'm gonna use some lily pad type things here though, because I can. And I'm kind of thinking of this more as like a lake than a river exhibit, so you know, I can do some more of that stuff. Oh, and there's a dog going crazy. Well, not a dog, my dog going crazy. We'll throw some duckweed up here, and we can throw this up here, just get some cool looking plants going. And we'll fly back inside just to get a quick look, like how is this looking? How is this looking? A little barren, in all honesty. Let's get like a fallen log going on in there. Let's get some interest. You know, we gotta get some height variation. I think we also need to get a light. That will probably help as well. And we'll throw like another stump there, and we'll throw one here. Kinda like that, right? Okay, and then get another plant there, and you know what? We should actually take some gravel and put it like this, because then we can throw some extra plants in some different heights, and that should make it look a bit more interesting too. And of course, we need our sea lanterns, so that way we can chuck them in and about to light the exhibit up a bit. And should we throw one back there? I don't think so, actually, because that might, you know, defeat the kind of the purpose of there being places for the fish to hide. Okay, I like that. That's not bad. And let's do like that there. Okay. And then we can throw another couple plants in. And we'll throw that there. Okay, that's probably gonna look a lot nicer. And there is the bass, and we'll just chuck a bunch in here. Is it too many? Quite probably, but you know what? At the same time, it should work. And yep, we have the salmon and all the bass. And that's pretty cool looking. All right, let's quickly throw some shaders on. I want to try out the, let's try out the Chocapic ones again, just to see. And now we have to wait for the game to load them. Hopefully that won't take too long. Watch as my PC just catches fire. Just whoosh. Computer just gone. All the world just poof. Now that actually be terrible, especially for dinos. Like, man, losing 25 episodes worth of stuff would be pretty horrible. Oh, that actually looks incredible. Like, look at that. I love how Chocapic just reacts with water. It's so cool, just the beams of light and stuff. And of course this, oh, even this looks really cool. Yeah, I really like that. That's awesome. And I guess we should go back and look at the cichlids. See how they're looking. Pretty cool indeed, pretty cool. Well, anyway, guys, I think that's all we've got for today. So thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Let me know what you guys would like to see soon. And yeah, see you guys next time.